Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today I'm going to be reviewing a local selection from a brewery that has just very recently started canning and distributing their beers, and I'm glad for that. It's a fairly young brewery on the Vegas scene compared to some of the others. I think they've only been in business, maybe 2, 3 years at most. Anyway, they are a downtown or arts district brewery. I like them a lot. Wish I could make it over there a little bit more frequently and plan to in the coming future. And the deal is as I said earlier in the year, I was going to be trying more Belgian beers, more wit beers, varieties that I don't normally go for. And the best way to get me to try a variety that I'm not used to is to hand me that variety from a brewery that I already know and trust. And so I know this brewery and they're local, so that helps out a lot. And this, anyway, I've been going blah 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 long enough. Let me show you. It is the Belgian Wit from hopnutsbrewing. That's here in Las Vegas. They're in Las Vegas proper. If you are staying on the Strip, you are just minutes away from them, just a few minutes. This is described as brewed with lots of wheat and a touch of oats. The Belgian-style wit beer is super drinkable. Our wit has a nice balance of banana and subtle clove, with a refreshing citrus zing from a blend of orange peels. Yeah, everything I don't like about wit beers. But this does have the ABV on it, as it should, 5%, which puts it at about mid-range, because checking on BJCP here, ABV should run from about 4.5 to 5.5. Now, one of the things I found out when I looked on history of BJCP is apparently it's a 400-year-old Belgian-style beer. Doesn't surprise me in the least that it's that old. That died out in the 50s. So apparently in the 50s, everybody said enough with the wit beers, and then, as they say, Hogarden, Pierre Celis at Hogarden, reintroduced it. So we do not have a canned on date here. That's all right, not great, but at least we got the ABV on it. And it's a can, so gets a lot of points with that. Uh, sorry, I did go to Untapped, and that is where I discovered that, well, if it ever comes up, once upon a time it was up and I was able to look at it. Just going to give you an idea of how many of us have checked in on this beer. And as soon as, there we go. Ain't technology grand. Um, okay, so it appears as though only one of my friends has given this a rating. Let's see who that was. Oh, I don't know. Um, Overall, only 512 of us have rated this beer and given it a 3.5. Makes me believe that maybe the distribution hasn't gotten very far out of the Neon Valley. Anyway, as I said, 5% alcohol and 16 IBUs. I forgot to check on that and see if that's typical or crazy. Or IBUs should, yeah, fall in between 8 and 20. So this is pretty true to form. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open. And I'm going to be using my wit beer glass that Nancy got me for Christmas, my beer glass set. This is supposed to pour a very light golden or very light straw color, and it's supposed to have a very moussey, persistent head. It's supposed to be a very strong, foamy head on this, and I remember that from other wit beers. And just so you know, I think that I think Blue Moon is one of the worst beers ever made, and maybe that's why I have such a strong distaste for wit beers. Um, but anyway, so the appearance is about right. It's where it should be. We've got what I would describe as medium-low carbonation. The head's not quite as moussey as I was expecting, but you know. Uh, okay, so the aroma is where we're supposed to find the true key elements of a wit beer. So let's bring it in. Mostly what I smell is yeast. Okay, now I'm starting to finally get a little bit of orange through some of that. Hmm, I'm not getting much but yeast and orange. I'm not getting any of the cloves or the banana or anything else. Just or even some of the spices. Sometimes you can get coriander, whatnot. Honestly, what I'm getting is a little bit of cumin now as I inhale this. Um, what do they call them? Hops of what do they call them? Hops of paradise is oftentimes what they use. But um, hmm. Anyway, I feel like I'm wasting your time by standing here going. Let's get to drinking, shall we? Cheers. Well, it's not awful, but that's not going to win me over to witbiers. It's got about a medium mouthfeel, which is pretty typical of the variety. Uh, no real alcohol burn. Of course, at 5%, you don't really expect much of one. Getting a little bit of a spice profile, but I'm not sure what exactly. Once again, I taste that cumin, maybe cardamom or coriander, actually, is a little bit of black pepper. Um, I don't know really what else to say about this beer. It doesn't have a hell of a lot of flavor. What flavor it does have, I'm not crazy about. Not liking this beer. I'd probably be giving it a give it a 2.75 since it came in a can. I'm going to give it a 3.0, but I think that's fair. Now, don't let the fact that I didn't like this beer keep you from trying out uh, Hopnuts Brewing. In fact, I'm going to read their address to you right here. So if you're staying in Vegas, go to 1120 South Main. All right, not hard to find at all, especially if you're staying on the Strip or if you're staying downtown. Either one, should be able to find Hopnuts pretty easily. So, not a great beer, but as I said, I'm not a fan of the variety. I am a fan of the brewery. So until next time, drink good beer, don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.